All right, what's good? You know, most people think that everything has to be perfect. Like, I gotta have the course ready. I gotta have everything, all my modules planned out in order for me to make a difference, in order for me to be able to help people. And that's not true. That's not true. A lot of times that just holds us back. That slows us down from making the type of impact that we know we need to make in this world. And today I'm going to cover three big ideas that's going to show you that you don't really need that. You know, when I started, I didn't have everything. I didn't have all of that. I'm gonna tell you what I had, which is the minimum you want to have, but it's definitely not a course. And I started without a course, and has been able to get over 588 clients since starting this, being a two-time best-selling author since starting this, being able to generate multiple six figures since starting this, being able to uh, uh, be 10 years in the game doing this, doing over 100 live events a year between in-person and virtual, doing this, and I didn't start with a course. You see what I'm saying? So there's three big ideas we're gonna cover today. Number one is going to be how to get clients with just a Google Doc. So we're gonna focus on that. Number two, uh, how I've coached my first clients, even though I felt unqualified, because that's really what the root of the issue is, and we're going to talk about that. And then number three is how to start coaching with just your phone. You know, I mean, all you need is a phone and start doing it. So I'm gonna share with you how to be able to do those things. All right. So that's the idea. You know, what made this interesting is when I really got started in this game, which was around 2015. I didn't know all of the rules of. I didn't know, like nobody taught me that this is how you should do this or this is what you should do. So I just, to my advantage, it was kind of ignorant, but it helped me because I was able to start just doing things. And because I was able to just start doing things, it allowed me to not think I had to have all of these barriers up at first. The more I learned, the more I put barriers in my way. But then that is what allowed me to change what I actually was supposed to do. Meaning, I went out ignorant. Then I started learning, and then I'm like, oh man, maybe I need to have all of this stuff. And then I started looking at everybody else, and then that is what made me feel like I needed to add these barriers. But thankfully, the coaching and getting the help, this is what allowed me to be able to achieve some of these things. So, so that's the idea behind it. So let's start with how I got clients with just a Google document. So all you need to start, hear what I'm telling you, is a Google document. Let that be the first thing that's in your notes. So, Coach T, how could you say this? How could you be so bold to say all you need is a Google document to make this happen? Well, here's the thing, right? So, it was when I started working with coaches originally, right? What I realized is that people just wanted the help. Hear what I'm telling you. All they wanted was the help. So we think that we need the course because you see everybody else with these fancy courses and they're using Kajabi and they're using ClickFunnels and they're using all of these fancy sites and they're putting together the modules and you need the website, and you need the domain name. And the thing that I was able to realize when I as I was building this is that people really just want the result, and that's because I didn't have all of that at first. So I was just picking up the phone, talking to people, and I realized that me just having a conversation and giving them something that they need was the very thing that they cared about the most. Does that make sense? So they wanted the advice, they wanted the results. All of the fancy stuff is just fancy stuff. That's the stuff that can help over time, but that's not the thing that's going to make them say, I have to work with you. Because guess what? You could be the person that has all of the fancy things going on, right? With the modules and it looks good and it's all of that. But at the end of the day, if you can't get somebody results, even though it looks fancy and it looks nice, if you can't get them results, they're out. They're not going to stay with you. They're going to end their culture with you early. They're not going to pay you. And more than likely, they're not even going to come in on the front end because you're worried more about the aesthetics of how your program looks or what's included versus you actually having the ability to get results. So this is when I said, okay, I just need to be able to write down on a piece of paper what they need. So I said, okay. So when I started, it was like, okay, let me just write down my steps. So we focus on a 12-week, 12-step coaching program. So and this is the same thing that I work with our clients on. I'll have our clients will come in, and one of the first things I'll do with them is not, we got to create this course. No, first thing I'm doing with them is I'm saying, okay, pull out a sheet of paper and let's write down what's the outcome we want to help people achieve, and then now list out the steps that it takes for them to achieve this outcome, because that's what people want. People want to know the steps to achieve the outcome. Don't worry about the fancy stuff initially. All of that stuff will come later. But that's what I see is it stops a lot of people. I mean, I had a conversation with a coach who was potentially looking to help, and it's so crazy. It's been probably like she's been trying to start her coaching business in like a year ago. Hear what I'm telling you. We've been keeping in contact for like a year. And, every so often I'll hit her up every few months and I'm like, hey, what's going on? How's it going with the course? Because she was trying to like really, I was really trying to just shake her. Like, you wasting time trying to create this course, but it's taking you a long time. So, and you're not helping anybody. So over the last year, she was like, yeah, I'm working on the course. I'm trying to find some new material for the course, and I'm writing out the course, and I didn't have the time to finish the course, and this and with the course, and that with the course, and this with the course. And I'm telling you, this is like a year. This is like a year of us going back and forth because she's feeling like she needs to do this course. And I'm like, you could have been helped people already. You could have been made money already if all you did was focus on actually talking to people and getting them the result. So I'm hoping that you're really understanding the importance of actually just getting out there, being able to write it down, even if it's on a Google document. I don't care if it's on a yellow sticky. Get it, write it down, and make sure that you're able to help them from that standpoint. All right. And you're going to have some people out there who sell courses that's going to tell you need to have the course first. Let me tell you something. They're selling you what they have. That's what it is. They want you to take all your time to build a course instead of actually helping people because they're selling a course. You get what I'm saying? So, but our job is to help create transformation. So don't worry about them. Don't worry about the people that's trying to slow you down to help you create all of these things because it benefits their pockets. You see what I'm saying? So go out and start helping people. That's all you need to do. Write this down. People just want progress. Period. People just want progress. Period. All right. That's what these people want. So help people make progress. All right. So hopefully that first one makes a big difference for you. All right. So let's make it happen. Shay's in the building. Good to see you. Good to see you. Terry's in the building. Hello. Good to see y'all. All right. Hope y'all learned a lot. So that's the first big lesson. Second big lesson, right? So how I coach my clients when I felt unqualified. So me feeling unqualified really came down to, feeling like, man, there's so many other people in the world right now that I can help. That why is it that I'm finding it difficult for me to want to actually go out and help people? So here's the thing, is that you're looking at what everybody else is doing and it's making you feel unqualified. That's the reason. Don't be that type of person, because all that's doing is holding you back. So when I went out, I started looking at the people that was helping other people with business, right? And I'm like, well, I'm not making $1 million, so I can't help somebody. Think about how crazy that is. Think about, like, we help thousands. I help personally. I help at least 1,000 people every year. Personally, I'm talking about one-on-one. Thousands if you're talking about the live training, you talk about the groups, you're talking about, just across the board. Think about how many of the thousands of people that would not have been helped had I not started, because I thought that I needed to have $1 million before I'm able to help somebody, before I am qualified to help somebody. Think about that, right? So what helped me was, I had coaches throughout the years, and I remember one of my coaches is saying, listen, all you need to do is be 1 or 2 steps ahead of your audience. I said, really? I said 1 or 2 steps ahead is all you need to be, because at the end of the day, people want to make progress, right? That's what people want. So if you're a few steps ahead, then that gives you the ability to have somebody say, oh, wow, you understood that, so I can help you. So boom. So then this is what I started doing. I said, okay, eventually I knew I wanted to help coaches be able to make 6 figures in this business, right? 5 figures a month. I wanted to show them how to do that. When I began, I didn't start there though. I began with, hey, I can show you how to create a coaching program, and I can show you how to put together a speech. That was literally how I started. Had nothing to do with money. Then I started getting better. I started learning. I started getting coaches, mentors. I started trying things. Then I said, oh, I kind of got this content game figured out. Boom. Because at that point, I was at like 10,000. Then we grew to 20,000 followers on Instagram, right? So boom, now I'm getting thousands of followers across these different social media platforms. So what did that do for me? That made me say, oh, you know what? I can help you with content. Okay, boom. So now I'm understanding the content game. So I'm helping people with content. So now, mind you, this is my offer is what I'm saying. So then now I'm still not telling you I'm gonna help you make money like that at all. I'm saying I can help you put together your coaching program. I can help you with content. Cool, we got that. Started learning, started growing. Boom. Then I started figuring out lead generation. I ended up hiring an ads agency. They started teaching me lead generation. I started learning about ads. I started learning about how to book appointments. I'm like, okay, I think I figured out this lead generation game. I figured out this appointment game. Boom. Now I added that to my offer because I started figuring that out. You get my point, right? You get my drift of where I'm going with this, right? So then now I know how to create coaching programs. I know how to do content. And now I also know how to generate leads. Then I started getting some clients trickling in. Okay, so now I'm getting some clients trickling in a little bit, but it's consistent. A little bit of clients consistent. I mean, at this point, I'm not even making thousands per month. You know what I'm saying? I mean, barely even that, right? But boom. So, but I'm making a couple thousand per month. Hundreds. Started getting to the thousands per month, maybe 2,000-3,000 per month. I'm getting it. Still not enough to go full time. Then once it hit 2020, and I cracked the code on this coaching game. I went full time, and I was making $15,000 a month in 2020. Cracked the code. Left my corporate job. I mean, they really let me go, but by the time I left it, or by the time they let me go, I was already like, great, retired from corporate America at the age of 32. Figured this game out and been full time ever since. So now, because I figured that out, been full time ever since, been able to crack 5 figures per month. Now I show people, okay, here's how you can make 5 figures per month doing this. Here's how you can make 6 figures doing this. Now this is what I teach. But it took me 5-6 years to even get to the point where I felt not even where I felt qualified, where I became qualified enough to say this is what I can help you with. I didn't start off saying that I'm gonna help them that in year one. You see what I'm saying? I only told them that I can help them with what I can help them with in my first year. So that's the biggest thing that I want y'all to realize is that help people with what you can help them with right now. That's the big thing. You know what I mean? And you don't have to charge all of the money in the world for it, or you don't have to you don't have to promise the biggest results in the world. Get some people that say, promise big, promise bold, promise the world. I don't do that because you don't want to bite off more than you could chew. You don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. So the best way to promise and underdeliver is actually give them the things that you know you help them with, and it don't have to be a bunch of things for you to feel like they're going to be interested. You can help somebody with one smaller thing you understood. I don't care if it's just confidence. Just like me, it was just Put together your program, not the content, not the leads, not the appointments, not sales, not six figures. It was none of that. I help you put together your coaching program. That was it. So that's what's gonna allow you to help people and take them to that next level. You know what I'm saying? So people just want you to be a few steps ahead. If you're a few steps ahead, they'll let you lead them. If you're a few steps ahead, they will let you lead them. Write that down in big bold and circle it 3 times. All right. So that's the second thing. All right. Hopefully I've taken away a lot from this. Number three. So how to start coaching with just your iPhone, right? So, this is for my people who say, I want to be able to, I really want to be able to, to go do this, but I don't really know if, do I have the time to do it? I mean, I want to coach for you, but I'm busy. It's not the right time. It's not the right time. And I hear people say this all the time. And I'm like, wait a minute. How are you saying that is not the right time? And because you thinking that, oh, I need to have all of these things set up in order for it to be the right time. I need to be able to set up all of these funnels. I need to be able to set up all of these, have all of these texts. I need to be able to have all of these websites and everything going on in order for me to feel like I can be able to do this. But guess what? You just need your phone. That's it. Just use your phone. Your phone is the only thing you need. Why? Because it has Zoom, right? So you can use Zoom or literally just call people. You know what I mean? And because that's really what people want. And so the theme of this is like, you don't need to have all these things set up. And again, this started from my ignorance of me not knowing how to do this, right? When I started working with entrepreneurs and business owners, I didn't have the fancy setup. So when I would give them advice, they would say, okay, well, hey, can we talk on Tuesday? Can we talk on Thursday? Can you give me some advice on this and that? And literally I would say, yeah, we can talk. And it'll just be like a Zoom. It will chat, or I'll just be over the phone, just giving them advice. And literally that was the session. So what else do you need? You don't need to have the time to make the fancy worksheets, the fancy presentations. You know what I mean? These are the things we think we need, the fancy funnels, the fancy courses. All of these things are additive, but don't lose sight of the fact that literally all you need is your phone, right? This is one of the things that I had a conversation with one of our clients that came in recently, and they were like, hey, don't I have to have all of these things set up? Like I feel like I need to have all of these systems and processes, and I gotta have all the website and the tech. And I said you don't need all of that. I said, do you have your phone? Yes. Check. Does your phone work? Yes. Check. That's all you need. And all of the other stuff could come later. So long as you have your phone, you're gonna be fine, right? Be mindful of the people that's trying to slow you down from actually making a transformation. And this is what I tell folks is like, you got to realize that the whole idea behind you doing this is you helping people make the transformation. That's really why we get into this, right? This is like a basketball player, like just get on the court and play ball. You know what I'm saying? Football player, like just get on the field and play ball. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever you do, like if you want to act, just start acting. Turn on the camera and start acting. Right? If you want to be, you don't have to have all these things. I don't have the right dancing shoes. I don't have on the camera and start dancing. Like, so that's the main thing is that it's very easy when you're afraid, and we tend to put all of these barriers in our way because it's justification for us not starting. Let's be real. We're gonna rip the band-aid off. Let's be real. It's the justification for us not starting. So we tend to put all of these barriers in a way because we're gonna say, oh, I don't have the time to do this. Oh, I don't have the money to pay for this. I don't have the money to pay for that. I don't have the tech. I don't have the know-how. Oh, I don't know this. I don't know the marketing. I don't know this. So we point to all of these things. Just pull out your iPhone. Tell somebody you can help them. Pull out your phone. Schedule something with them and talk to them on the phone and help them. That's it. Like literally, that's what's gonna help you go to the next level. All right. And and be mindful of the people that's slowing you down from doing that. All right, like that's all you need. Keep it simple, silly. Keep it simple, silly. That's what I say. Keep it simple, silly. All right. Don't be silly. Keep it simple. All right. So hopefully I really took a lot away from that. Right. So the whole theme of this is, yo, get out here, start helping people. Don't think you need to have a bunch of things. You don't have to have a bunch of time. You don't need to have all this tech set up. You don't need to be so far ahead of somebody that it has to, you have to feel like you got to have the world already accomplished. Just start with what you have right now. That is the moral of the story. All right. And I promise you'll help a lot more people. All right. So go out here, make it happen. And with that being said, if you need some help with this, we're actually going to be doing now that you understand, that you can get out here and really start helping people. We're actually doing I'm doing a webinar tomorrow where I'm going to be showing you specifically how to scale your coaching business, or how to fill up your coaching business using paid ads. All right. So I'm going to share with you what that really looks like. Trust me, I already know all the issues around it, what slows people down from using ads to get them into their program. But this is something that you can do, I promise you. All right. So if you want that, just go ahead and put web class below, put web class in the comments. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you the link to register for the web class, where I'm going to be talking to you about how to fill up your coaching program. Right. So now that you know, you don't need all of this stuff to help people. You're like, oh, I can help people today. Because all I said is you just need to put down the steps. That's it. That's something you can do in 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? It don't take you that long. Pull out a sheet of paper, write down 12 steps. I've done this in 30 minutes with our clients. And then literally you can start coaching people, because again, it's just about progress. So knowing that, now let's talk about filling up filling up your program, getting you a couple clients under your belt. And if that's something that you're interested in, go ahead and put web class in the comments. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through what we need to do to help you start getting those clients. All right. So with that being said, let's continue to make this work. And slow motion is better than no motion. Let's work.